Hi, Urvashi. Namaskar, all.
Hello, team. How are you?
Hey, hi, Vishal. I'm good.
हेलो नमस्कार।
नमस्कार
नमस्कार
नमस्कार।
नमस्कार
Namaskar, namaskar.
मेरी मॉम
नमस्कार
नमस्कार।
नमस्कार
नमस्कार हमारा।
भाई साहब नहीं नमस्कार।
नमस्कार
नमस्कार सारणी।
नमस्कार।
मोनी होंडू नहीं, ये होंडू है। मैं मोनी मिस्री हूँ। मिस्री होता है मीठा।
Great.
now you have to understand माँ का sense of humor. She has got big sense of humor, so keep keep a watch.
ये होंडू है, मैं मिस्री हूँ। मैंने होंडू नहीं।
Okay,
नमस्कार
नमस्कार नमस्कार।
नमस्कार सायनी।
नमस्कार।
नमस्कार नमस्कार।
रुत रुत सायनी।
मैंने माँ को भी बोला है कोई वाक।
तागान चुमने की बुढ़ापा है ना, प्लीज माफ करना अगर कोई गलती। पंचम जोर वना से जवान वानी क्या।
चलो चलो चलो कहने।
सायनी खुश तो खुश jointly.
थैंक यू।
Ci komilas?
हाँ कॉमन स्पेट।
Kaçı? Hmm. Rina Potedar kaç.
चलो everyone is slowly joining. चलो good. राकेश जी
नमस्कार
नमस्कार।
एवरीवन। नमस्कार एवरीवन।
नमस्कार रीमा।
नमस्कार राकेश।
नमस्कार।
वैसे opposite sided group, so
Oh,
one has to mute.
ट्रैफिक कंट्रोल सो आई म्यूट।
İmçe amne samne भी हैं।
ऐसी कंपटीशन।
एक एक सवाल का पूरे जवाब देती है। इसलिए आमने सामने, ऐसे नहीं कुछ बनेगा।
So one of us will go on mute when we are talking. नहीं तो चलो सरिता जी I think she's not joining. She's not well. But अभी I think I just saw a message she may join. She said
गुंजू
नहीं सरिता डुल्लू।
yeah, she has just messaged.
हाँ
She might be joining, but not reciting.
no, good. One of her walks is hijacked by my mom.
ये
So
ऑडियो।
आप बैठिए तो प्लीज करा मैं छू ना अंग्रेजी आज सम
Oh,
प्लीज टॉक ओन लैंग्वेज। कश्मीरी हो ना,
हाँ
कश्मीरी हम सब है ना।
नहीं कश्मीर पे खास कर।
बोलो
आज आजुक सेशन च पूर शरद जी आज चन अंग्रेज कहें।
आजुक सेशन से पूरे कौशिक पेट करोन। आज
ये एको मुझे आ रहा है या सबको आ रहा है?
हमारा नहीं, मैं मेरे को नहीं आ रहा है, मेरे को ठीक आ रहा है।
इसे कोमला
कोमला
पहचाना मैंने। अपनी हो ना? अपनी कोमला हो कि दूसरी कोमली आ है?
नहीं, आपकी ही हूँ मैं। आप चिंता नहीं करो।
ऑस्ट्रेलियन के इंडियन?
बोथ बोथ।
एक्सेप्ट यू आर इंडियन प्लीज।
हाँ वो तो है, और क्या।
चलो गुड गुड गुड। मगर ये वाक प्रोनाउंसिएशन मेरा बड़ मुश्किल और बे अगर न ठीक पर प्रोनाउंस करो मतलब ही सब बिल्कुल चेंज गसान और बे अगर बे काच ना दपान आई थिंक तमसी से ज्यादा फिक्री तरह पाना अगर बोलो ना पानी प्रोनाउंसिएशन आई डोंट नो व्हाई थोड़ा कंफ्यूज गसान बस बे काच वाना दबा ये ठीक मतलब
सोने लगा।
so a lot of different experiences while you try to read
yeah.
inside चलो चलो इस दिमो बे अच्छा बे का आपने आठ मिनट दिमो बे एंड देन
Uh,
चलो गुड गुड गुड बे सारी सारी शा तैयारी करमुत ये जो आज एग्जाम्स है नहीं
बुडन कर जाओ माँ प्लीज। इधर उधर कुछ
यस यस।
हो जाए।
तयार सरी छा तयार।
सरी सरी से सरी ये मतलब तैयारी करान रात से पढ़ान पगच एग्जाम आशा जी तो
नमस्कार आशा
म्यूट
जी, you're on mute.
ना वुन तो म्यूट आशा अभी भी म्यूट है।
प्रैक्टिस कर रही
Tech issue. Hmm.
आशा गवा म्यूट गवा ठीक ना उन बोजान
आशा चश्मा लगाओ पत कर
आशा जी प्रैक्टिस कराना
म्यूट एस्पेक्ट
वेरी गुड वेरी गुड। चलो गुड। सोनिया जी नमस्कार। Congratulations.
Namaskar.
Congratulations once again.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
विजय जी हेलो नमस्कार। विजय जी इज ऑन म्यूट।
अमिताभ आप भी म्यूट पे हो।
अमिताभ जी का अच्छा अमिताभ जी हाँ अमिताभ जी नमस्कार हाँ।
अमिताभ जी कुछ बोल रहे थे पर म्यूट पे शायद।
ओह
चलो आशा सोनल नमस्कार।
नमस्कार।
मैं कौन लोग
हाँ
है ना
ना मुझे सेती मासी
Suthezi has Komilai.
मुझे सिर्फ से को नजर
someone is watching
मुझे सिर्फ से को नजर
आशा गवा म्यूट गवा ठीक तिल करो स्टार्ट। या टेक्निकल हेल्प कच्छ गर आशुतोष कच्छ आर्या here you go okay
Hello. Sorry, Sharad. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Namaskar, Sarni. My mute was not unmuting.
okay
It's
अभी
all good now. हाँ, अब हो गया. Sorry. अभी हो गया. Thanks. Sorry.
for some reason अच्छे
अमिताभ
ज़मिता बोझनी वन खबर मेचा बोझनी वन कि साहनी
Let me disconnect. Maybe one I should disconnect. I maybe it logged me back in. Okay, I'll do that.
मैं
Just
तो मैं माचे चश्मे माचुम चेंज कर ज़मिता गई
Bujerma.
बुजरमा
Uh,
चलो 5 मिनट गई
चार गा बुजर वैया
Hey, नमस्कार. Can you
नमस्ते
hear me now?
यस
हाँ अब सुनाई दे रहा है
हाँ
आशा।
वेरी लाउड एंड क्लियर
हाँ मेरी सेटिंग में था, जूम ऑफ था. Anyways, thank you आर्या.
चलो गुड फैंटास्टिक
नमस्कार आंटी, नमस्कार. वारे छके.
नमस्कार नमस्कार गुड लक
थैंक यू.
भैया करना
हाँ बस वही वही.
बस
चलो फैंटास्टिक चलो जी होस्ट आई प्रॉब्ली यू कुड स्टार्ट
चलो जी मैं कंपेयरिंग करूंगा बट obviously you are here तो I'll obviously request you to give a welcome start do the honor.
श्योर श्योर श्योर श्योर भाई नमस्कार सारनी बकर भाई कोशिश कोशिश पे कत करना मगर मुश्किल थोड़ा बे मे बहुत खुशी सारी एक टाइम करित ये लाल वाक पढ़ने खतर लास्ट ईयर तो कोर ये सेशन तो सारनी कोर बड़ खुश बड़ जान सेशन गव लास्ट ईयर उस तम विज ग्लोबली करान पर तम विज कोर डिसाइड कि ये सिडनी मज अगर इस करो कोशिश कि वो ये कंटिन्यू करित सो बैक ऑफ माइंड ओस यो ऑलवेज कि कुछ भी जगह जब टाइम मेल ऐसे कुछ करिए तो फाइनली वी आर हियर तो सेट कि अस करो दहन हफ्तन खतर करो लाल वाक सारी नवी हेचो अकिस दोमिस निश कैसा पोर्मुत कैसा ब्रो राकेश टाकू बड़ा इंटरेस्ट तमो वारिया यम वाक परमित बेत आसन कंस परमित अस पर डिसाइड कि चलो इस एकस दमिस परनाओ हेचो बियोस राय कि मन शुरन त हेचनाओ बट चैलेंज क्या अस पाने अनड़ शुरन क्या हेचनाओ सो सब चलो सीनियर यम यमन इंटरेस्ट अस परो हेचो तो वार कर हेको पतुस शुरन तो इंक्लूड करित तिमन तो मोटिवेट करित थोड़ा गस पान कॉन्फिडेंस क्या तगान समझ यवान सो तम बाबत कोर अस ये स्टार्ट तो वन वो दहन हफ्तन हेको करित कोशिश रोज सोई बट नो कंपल्शन सो विल आज करो स्टार्ट या क्या लुको ऑलरेडी सेलेक्ट करमित क्या वाक बेत कंस अगर आसन यमो जॉइन कोर्मुत तम वन हेकन परित वाक तो सो let's start. So our back to Rahul. प्रेरणा
Yeah.
की मम्मी ओ नमस्कार नमस्कार प्रेरणा की मम्मी नमस्कार अमिताभ की मम्मी आई है यहाँ पर हैं प्रेरणा वी कांट सी यू बोथ बट नमस्कार चलो ओके बैक टू यू राहुल
Thanks, Sharad ji. तो बिना ज़्यादा टाइम वेस्ट किए हुए आई थिंक वी कैन जस्ट स्टार्ट. मैं भी थोड़ा कोशिश करूंगा कश्मीरी बोलने का बट आई थिंक जस्ट एक्सक्यूज मी मेरा डिक्शन शायद उतना अच्छा नहीं होगा बट ये जो आज की रात है ये अक सफ़र it's not just the beginning, it's a journey. तो with that I think let's begin shared reflection. तो जो मेरा ये I'll call out the volunteers who have obviously raised their hands to recite the walks. So it's not in particular order. So I now invite Asha ji, if you can recite one of your Lall-vaakh walks and share its interpretation with us.
Thank you, Rahul. Thank you. Metro Kurmut select walk number now. Katha bozum, katha karam, kathai karem, thori sat. Shastra katha bozum, katha basem satishvat.
Can I just interrupt?
Yeah.
If possible, Rahul, is it possible to display that walk on the screen, share the screen? Vijay ji had requested, and I think all of us can also look at that. That may help.
Give me some time. Yes, मैं करता हूँ दूसरा monitor connect करके.
Oh, okay, all right, okay. But in the meantime, Asha, probably you can continue.
Okay, thank you. So, sorry, can you? आप मुझे देख पा रहे हो ना? You can see me?
We can see you.
Okay, at least you can hear me. That's more important. अब मुझे लल दपान कि अच्छे बोझान इम discourses लोग मतलब saints दपान या कान अच्छे बोझान वारिया discourses तिम चे जान तिम चे दीवान ऐसे mere confidence कि अच्छे थोड़ा सा समझिवा कथा कर्यम थरी साथ is confidence मगर जो शास्त्र दोमुचे जो वेद दोमुचे यम परो अगर यम परो ऐसे मेले सत्य छुवा कि तमी से मेले we will be closer to our journey. तो ये बाकी डिस्कोर्सेस जान बोझन और ची और काफी बात जान बोझन मगर असली बात चाहवान ऐसे पन्ही शास्त्र. That's mere. That's what I understood about this work.
ये शास्त्र चिना sorry, just to understand discourses तिम तिचना शास्त्र में बैठी आसान किन
Discourses depends on the person to person. मतलब आज का mood मुझे लगता है आज का mood में आज सिर्फ क्या नाम जैसे आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग शास्त्र उनको सुनना है बस जस्ट वन फॉलोअर बना हुआ आज मैं पता सिस्टर शिवानी बनूं फॉलोअर मतलब मेरे को लगता है कि अलग अलग जगह पे हम अलग अलग चीजें सुनते हैं अच्छी बस दिलस तसली चलो आज हम सुन बोझो सुजान, आपने मुझे सजेस्ट किया तू वो सुन ले, वो अच्छा है। तो मैं अलग अलग जगहों पे ढूंढती हूँ अलग अलग। सोचिए बस आपको मेयर थोड़ा सा नॉलेज मिलती है, थोड़ा सा सेटिस्फेक्शन मिलती है। इट डजंट गिव यू द, इट डजंट शो यू द राइट पाथ। मतलब आपको वो असलिश वाचन हावांस, असलिश वाचावा असली शास्त्र, गीता, महा भगवत गीता पढ़ियो, आपको जो भी मतलब हमारे वेद हैं या पाठ पूजा, वी आर डूइंग दैट। हम हर महीने जो भजन करते हैं उसमें जो मीनिंग होता है वो शास्त्र, वो है शास्त्र, वो पढ़ो, वो सुनाओ।
I think कैसे सामानुन की go to the source of the truth.
Yes,
In
yes,
discourses may people have their own interpretation of
correct.
the truth. So probably what she means is go to the
Yeah.
source of the truth and understand that. That's my take on that.
I'll read the English version of this. In this walk, Lalda talks about the futility of those discourses which have sound basis. She, having listened to and participated in many these discourses, providing mere confidence but not showing the path to finding the what is written in scriptures. She feels that she has to find the way there.
Oh, makes sense. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Harsha ji. तो सेकंड आई थिंक राकेश जी, आई थिंक आपका जो सोर्स था वो इट्स डिफरेंट टू दिस डॉक्यूमेंट, बट आई थिंक वी हैव पेस्टेड इट हियर। तो आपको मैं इनवाइट कर रहा हूँ, तो इट्स ओवर टू यू।
Thank you, Rahul ji. Firstly, Sharat and the team, thank you everyone. I think this is something bukar koshish kosher English interchangeably use karun kaz ki kosher meon vocab shu bada limited, which struggle karan which a sentence hi iwan jumla hi tayar gasan. So with English it it flows easily.
Yeah,
but
true.
I'll try bukar koshish. Yes, you source to different, but before as Gasa Vakhasmans, I think it's pertinent share kar thoda sa historical background yaad. In my reading and following Lalde over the years, so I thought it'll be good to share some of interesting facts about her works. I think Rahul ji, last year you gave a very good summary about Lalde, but just adding on to that, Kashiriman's Godnuk poet os Hathwari Broh Lalde. Temis os nav Shitikant. Shitikant ya Shitikant. Temis a kitab Lishmas Maha Ani Prakash, the glorious light. Such a winti preserved, full Sharda scriptus manchusa. Such a winti preserved Sahitya Academy somewhere in Delhi or so Akos so Suri Vaakh ya Tatmans Temis, I think 96 or so Vaaks Shitikant ji ne likhe the. Hathwari pat lagbag 1320 to 1370, that's where the timeline is given. Lalded was that was Lalded's period, and that's where she coined these beautiful these vaaks through which we come to know about her life. But I think what is interesting is Lalded's vaak got recorded only 400 years later, and that was in the 18th century, 1700, first quarter of 1720s. There was Acharya Bhaskar Acharya Razdan. Temkar first coin which kind of transferred from generation to generation since 1300s. Temkar's document, and the first documentation was done in 18th century or 1700 something. Timur Shet Vaakh. Tempat os in uske baad the addition happened only in 19th century. There was a linguist by name of Grierson and Stein, and he picked up Yus Bhaskar Acharya and Yus Kurmas Kurmats, and also he found some other Vaaks which were close to 50. So he published a total collection in London in 18 something. It was done in 19th century, so towards the end of 1800s. But the book was finally published in somewhere in 1920s. And that contained a total collection of Akhat Vaakh. The reason I'm saying this is because what has happened post that, there are a lot of scholars who came, Kashmiri scholars, and there were a lot of other Vaaks added. And in the process, some became doubtful as well, whether it was a genuine Vaak. Another interesting context, when I was mentioning about Shittikant, in 18th century, Rapabhavani as well wrote around 96 Vaaks. And they were also in Sharda. And it seems Rapabhavani's Vaaks and Shittikant's Vaaks, they have a similar, let's say, syntax and similar language, which is very quaint. It is very difficult, even though these texts are available, it's very difficult to understand those Vaaks. That's what the research of this is. What I am saying is all quoted, being quoted from research and the work done by a gentleman, Dr. R.L. Butt, and he's published a book called Encyclopedia of Lall-vaakh, in which he documents all the Bhaskar Razdan's Vaaks, Grierson Vaaks, and then after that, Jayahlal Cole, Parimu. There were a lot of other eminent scholars who put a lot of work, and I think today there are close to 300 Vaaks. But what is interesting is if there are, let's say, Persian words used in the Vaak, or if there is an easy language used in the Vaak, that could be a red herring, So we just need to be careful about those things. And there are a lot of such Vaaks which have been made as doubtful Vaaks and so on. Now, with that context, I'll just go into this Vaak because there is another similar Vaak which says Shiv Chui Thale Thale Rozan. Shiv Chui Thale. This is not this Vaak that I am reciting, but there's another Vaak. Shiv Chui Thale Thale Rozan Mazan Hyunt Musalman. Now, this comes in that classification of doubtful Vaaks. The reason primarily being because during Lal Ded's time, Hyund and Musalman was not the words used. Bata was the one word used for, let's say, Kashmiri Pandit. And there is the use of Bata in a lot of her Vaaks, Hat Bata and so on. So this Vaak, that's why I think it's classified under, or it's kept under a doubtful Vaak. And then there were a lot of Vaaks which people coined just to add a Muslim thing and so on. And in Kashmir, as probably some of you might know, she was called Lal Arifa. Muslims tried to claim, oh, Lal Ded was theirs. And that happened because of all of those, let's say, some of those things that happened in the background. But with that said, I mean, I've chosen this Vaak. This was then phrased after the 110. That's why it says 107 in this. This is from that encyclopedia. I've got this book. I don't know if you can see it. This is from this book. I have chosen this Vaak from this book. And it is, for me, it encapsulates the total philosophy or the total message that Lal Ded has, tried to provide, try to give in her Vaaks. So let's go through the Vaak. Shiv Chui Zervul Zalai. Now again, there is a word Vaharevit at the after Zal. There is a word Vaharevit. Now there are different people who have interpreted it or who have used a different word. I like the rendition by Arti Tikku. I don't know if you guys have heard it. She was a contemporary of Kailash Mehra in Srinagar, and she has done for me it has helped me. Arti Tikku's rendition has helped me because that has helped me to understand the pronunciation and the diction. Like Sharad, you mentioned, it's about a difficult pronounce karn. So Arti Tikku and her work is all on the YouTube. This was done around 20-30 years ago in Radio Kashmir. She she put all these vaaks in a very sing-song tone, and it's very nice. It's very beautiful. That's where I picked up pronunciation for a lot of these vaaks. And of course, parents, my dad, my mother-in-law, they've helped a lot for me to get my understanding, better. Let's put it that way. So Arti Tikku uses Vaharit rather than Vaharevit. Vaharit meaning spread, and Vaharevit means to spread. Vaharav. Kashirish na Vaharav se sheet batchkun. Vaharevit. So I prefer the word Vaharit. I think that appeals to me more in this work. Shiv Chui Zervul Zal. Vaharevit Chiem Lukmut, but I'll use Vaharit. Shiv Chui Zervul Zal, Vaharit Kranzan Mans Terit Kyat. So if we look at these two lines, what it's talking about is the ultimate reality. It's like a web. Sometimes I wonder, Zervul means subtle. It is subtle. It is, you cannot, so subtle, Zervul. You cannot see it. It's like, your World Wide Web in the current days. It's subtle. You don't see the World Wide Web, the internet, but it's there everywhere. शिव छुई ज़र्विल ज़ाल, जैसे हम हिंदी में कहते हैं ना, माया जाल भी है, ये माया जाल. It's like it's pervading everything. शिव छुई ज़र्विल ज़ाल, क्रंजन मंस तरित क्यात. वहरित क्रंजन मंस तरित क्यात. क्रंज होता है the bony structure, the skeleton. So it is Kranzan Mans Terit. It's in and through everything, in and through everyone. Kranzan Mans Terit Kyat. So these two lines, what Lalla is saying here is the Lord, the ultimate reality, is in and through everyone. He is omnipresent. So in simple terms, he's omnipresent. He's in everyone. Then the next two lines, she says, Zindai nai vuchan ad kait merit. Zindai nai vuchan ad kait merit, meaning if you don't see it alive, there's no hope after death. Yeah. So Zindai nai vuchan ad kait merit. Pan mans pan kad vetsari kyat. Now, this is such a profound statement. Find yourself from the self using thought, contemplation, jnana yoga, whatever you might want to call it. I mean, we contemplate about how to pay my mortgage, how to get my job, how to get an increase. Now, what Lalla is saying here is use Gyan, use knowledge, use contemplation to discern yourself, this body mind, from the real you or the Atman and then when you connect those two, Shiv Chui Sarni Mans, and find that it's basically saying, the reality is in you there, and try to discern that. And it's know thyself, as we say, know your own real self, and that real self itself is Shiv himself. So it's ultimate non-duality, Advait jisko kehte hain, thou that art, Tattvamasi, you are that. And that is the pinnacle of, Indian thought. So I find it, it's so beautiful. This Vaakh is so nice. It encapsulates the whole Advait thought about omnipresence of Lord in and through everything, and use contemplation to find that out, to find your reality, the true reality. So
Wow.
That's about it.
I think you did not just give us the meaning, but a moment of reflection.
सॉरी राकेश जी, आप एक बार फिर से कशर पे थे कि तो पूर्व महीने थी
शिव छुई ज़व्युल ज़ाल वहरित क्रंजन मंज तरित क्यात शिव छुई ज़व्युल ज़ाल वहरित क्रंजन मंज तरित क्यात जिंदगी नई वुचहन अद कत मरित पान मंज पान कड़ व्यचरी क्यात व्यचरी is vichar, thought, contemplation, intellect, whatever you want. I think it's come from that vichar only.
That's beautiful, Rakesh ji. Rahul, can we ask a couple of questions? Is it?
I was actually going to say, I think it has to be interactive. Yes.
So, first of all, Rakesh, the book you were referring to, who's the author of that book?
The book is by Dr. R.L. Butt. You are a journalist. You are a Kashran paper and paper and freelance writer. So he has written this book.
Okay. All right. I mean, good to know you have already read it, so you're following it. It's good reference for everyone.
There are a lot of good books. Actually, one of the good resources which I have found is, if you guys are interested in the history and so on, there is usarchives.org. A lot of these books, for instance, this Ascent of Self by Parimu, or Lall-vaakh by Sopori. So all those books are available for free downloads out of there. So if you are really keen, there is a lot of, even June Raja's history, because if you look at the historical facts as well, Kalhana's history goes only about 2 centuries prior to Lall-vaakh. And there was a historian, June Raja, who wrote History of Kashmir nearly 100 years after Lall-vaakh. So, but he talks about the political landscape. I think during Lall-vaakh time, the Muslim rule already had started little bit coming through, and then it became fully Muslim rule. So that gives you a political landscape as well during that time, to understand what was happening. But Persian really took into the language was only 200-300 years after that.
Okay. The other thing I want to ask, Aarti Kaur, you mentioned. Aarti Tikku, you told me. What I find is, there are a lot of references, Lall-vaakh, and they slightly vary in terms of how they are written. Some, not all of them.
Yeah.
Some. And then when you try to listen some rendition of those Vaaks, and you try to read, very match nahi ho raha hai. So I'm just wondering whether you know Aarti Tikku, what's her source of reference, or
I honestly I don't know what, because with a lot of these Vaaks which have come after, let's say from 1930s, 40s onwards till 1960s, 70s, there was a proliferation of Vaaks, because until, let's say, 1930, 40s, there was a collection of only 110, and those are all documented in this book. But then after that, there was a proliferation of Vaaks by different eminent scholars, and a lot of the words, because people were trying to make sense of it, a lot of words changed because it's gone from word of mouth. So a lot of words were changed here and there. That's what I have read in the book, but I'm not sure what, what her source was, so to say.
Good. So I'll stop my question. I have a few more, but we got more. We got others waiting to recite, so I will stop. And Sonia seems to have some question. Sonia?
No, not really a question, but I just wanted to thank both the speakers so far for bringing out such beautiful वाक्स. उसको अगर थोड़ा और पूरे दें तो I was thinking about क्यों इतना, why is there so much emphasis on covering. जो मेरे को ये लगता है is that we are, Lall-vaakh, what we are trying to understand is a new way of looking at life, a new way of understanding ourselves. जितना जितना हम were able to find the truth, our conceptual reality changes. The way we approach situations, we approach problems, we approach anything in life.
Sonia, your voice is a little bit fading in between. Maybe you're a little bit far away from mic.
Sorry. Yeah, I was
Much
just
better.
I was just saying that it is very true that these वाक्स are asking us to look at the deeper truth, understand Shiva hai, jo, the eternal sense of truth hai. But why? It's mainly because this is my understanding. The true and improved understanding of the truth or the ultimate reality, we understand our daily reality better. We understand what situations are, what people are, what relationships are. We understand that in a better, I guess, a better understand. We develop a better understanding to a higher consciousness as we understand the truth better. So just to think कि नहीं वो तो मतलब संतों के लिए ही है, हमारे लिए क्या है इतना, मतलब not really valuable to us because we are not on that path. That's actually a wrong understanding of why we should be chasing the higher truth, why we should be going beyond. जैसे हम discourses में जाते हैं, सुनते हैं, but why we have to look at the ultimate truth जहाँ पर लिखा है, जैसे आशा जी भी बोल रहे थे पहले, go to the source and look. That is incumbent on us to understand. So that's all that I wanted to just highlight. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think that is true, Sonia ji. So look, I think for us, my take is these are not concepts. These are time-tested, experiential truths of saints over the years. And it's not only in Kashmir. To me, when I look at, let's say, Lal-vaakh, and probably 80, 90 years after that, Kabir came, they are at the same level. They were enlightened people. They had experienced it, then only they could make such utterances. And they do it for the benefit of all. And then we look at the lives of enlightened folks out of, let's say, Kashmir. Gopinath ji hai, ya Rap Bhavani hai. We have examples, and then examples from rest of India, like Ramakrishna Paramahansa hai. You have Ramana Maharishi. A lot of these people, they have experienced this. It is this whole the underlying uh, uh, truth around oneness of everything, and that's what the bottom line of the scriptures is as well. And you see that going from from Buddha, from Christ, from everyone, the message is the same, that of that oneness, and but to experience it and then to live it, and there is a way to do it. So these walks, one, they are telling you, they're giving you the information, the beauty
I
about it.
agree.
Then they are
Yeah.
telling you an instruction as well, how to go about and get it.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
that's
But
that's where the power of all of this is. And yes,
yes,
for sure, that will help and only enhance your life as well, the day-to-day transactional life too.
Yeah, but what I was saying, I didn't say that these were concepts. What I was trying to say is that people think that this is so difficult to experience that only such level of people can do it. So
Yeah.
it's not that. That's what I think where the common person says that, oh, what can we do? We're just common people. It's not about just thinking of ourselves at that level. For us, it is incumbent to understand that this truth can be firstly only understood through experience. It is beyond the intellect. And we know that from
Yeah.
all of these people who've experienced truth in that way alone. But the other part that I think is important to remember is that why, so what? So if people don't chase the truth because they don't know the power of how it will change them, their thinking, their ability, what changes, right? So once you're able to shift consciousness even slightly, and you look back, 10 saal pehle tak I didn't have that kind of an understanding about life. Now some new door has opened. Maybe it is through suffering, maybe it is through the loss of somebody. Something has opened, and it opens new windows of you to look out at the ultimate reality a little bit better. So people who are not also on the journey probably miss that opportunity because they think ki, nahi, we're not that connected. But I would like to just say thank you very much. It was really interesting to hear both these walks, and I would love for everybody to continue going further. Thank you.
मैं भी अपना कुछ I think thought process share करता हूँ. I think by the way I was in awe when you were sharing this history. And by the way, you won't believe that Urvashi ji, Sheetal ji, and I were sort of discussing that how will we, sort of continue with this momentum of this walks, and we were hoping to reach out to you, in the coming weeks, where we would have requested you to, share a bit of more background and historical, sort of, how this history of Kashmir and all these different philosophers who came in, and you did that, obviously very seamlessly in the very first session. I would say that as someone who is born just before the migration and have never been to Kashmir just once, that too very briefly, I've got a very strong sort of sense of connection. And when I was doing this research last year, I'm obviously very proud of the community background, but I became even more prouder. सो मैं यही रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि हम लोगों ने ये मूवमेंट स्टार्ट की थी लव दैट से बट आई नो दैट देयर आर equivalent obviously very famous reverend personalities. I think you mentioned Rob Bhavani, so we will definitely want to hear more about them in the coming weeks. That would be really awesome, and I think that will also resonate with our younger folks as well. So that's great.
Just just on the lighter note, I read these walks myself, not knowing how to read it, but I try to read it. So which is a good step from my end, basically.
Yeah, look, I think the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Always difficult thing, but yes. Okay, so Reena ji, you are the next one. We've got 116, so over to you. Is she still in front of you, Sharad?
Yes.
Okay, we can go to the next one if she is done.
Okay, I'm starting. So, I think this is 100 and I don't remember the number now, but please bear with me. Dam dam man omkar par novum, pane paran pane bozan, suham padas aham golum, telilal bevertus prakash sthanas. So here Lala is trying to say, sorry, English probably, I'll go with English. I might switch over. So, step by step, I made my mind dwell on Omkar, Dum Dum. I took every step I took, I was focusing on Omkar. Om, as we all know, the start of everything, the start of life, the start of the world. Panay Paran, Panay Bozan. I was hearing and I was listening. So here, what I get is Lalla is, trying to tell us about the three ways of Vedantic philosophy, my take on it. Shravan, Manan, and Nididhyasan. Shravan is listening, Manan is contemplation, and Nididhyasan is then focusing or meditating on it. So that's what she's meaning to say. Panay Paran, Panay Bozan. Matlab, she was trying to listen and focus on that and reflect on it. Suham Padas Aham Golum. With every breath, like inhalation and exhalation, she was trying harder and harder to focus on the Omkar. And with that, she cancelled her ego. Because unless and until you take away your ego, you will not reach that state. And that made her reach enlightenment. Telilal versus Prakash Thanas. Again, I see a lot of influence of Kashmir Shaivism on Lalla, and that's probably probably Rakesh ji can say a little bit after that. This is the Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, which I haven't read it. I've just dabbled in it. So it has got the 108 ways of meditating on Om, and there is also the breath part of it. So breathing in and focusing on the breath exhalation. So in between, there is the place where, where things meet, the inhale and exhale, and post exhale to inhale. Those are the places where you can probably reach Omkar. So I take that as a understanding that she did that. So I see a major influence of Kashmir Shaivism on Lalla. Just one more thing, Rakesh ji said that, how I understood your Vaakh was Karanjanman Zal. There again she's saying about the spanda, the pulsation from Kashmir Shaivism. That everything is permeated. There's a spanda, the pulsation is happening through everything. And that's what she said. And also, the last one, the after death, there is no enlightenment. So this is the janma when we can get enlightenment. We need a body. We cannot, we can say, ha, chalo, mar jayenge, fir ho jayega. Nahin. Right now is the time because we have been given this body to reach enlightenment. So if we can try small steps, which according to Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, if you keep trying, the next Janma you're going to reach, you're not going to just forget everything. You'll be still taking this spiritual take with you to your next life. So I feel that's, yeah.
That's a message.
Those are the messages in this Lall-vaakh.
Yeah.
I would like Rakesh ji to comment on that last bit.
Yeah, no, look, I think you're right. It could be. I mean, it can be seen in that light, sure. I'll just make another, I mean, one of the things that I see in this work, for instance, dum dum. It says step by step. It could also mean breath itself, because in that time there are few walks wherein Lalla uses daman basti. Those are the lungs, daman basti. So dityo dam. So that is breathing. Daman basti dityo dam. So dam dam. So breath, breathe in, breathe out. I dwelled on Omkar. And and one of the takes on this Suham Padas Aham Golum can also be a state of no mind. I dissolved myself in Omkar fully and reached a state of no mind. And that is where the egolessness comes in. Ego is when mind is there, you have that ego. When there is no mind, and जिसको हम काफी अपने शास्त्रों में निर्विकल्प समाधि भी कहते हैं.
Ah.
And that is where, when I got to that Nirvikalp Samadhi stage, Prakash Sthan, that is where, that Lal was Novum, or I got the glimpse of my true self. So that could be another take on this as well, or just to enhance what you said. It can definitely have an interpretation from, let's say, Kashmiri Shaivism and the Spanda, but I'm not fully aware of that, what all that covers. With my little understanding, what I have seen is Lala is in perfect alignment with Buddhism. So there are multiple vaks wherein she uses Shunyas Shunya Milit Gau. So that was because, if you see the historical context, uh, Kashmiri Shaivism, Abhinav Gupt flowered that in, let's say, 7th, 8th century. Then we had, after that, Adi Shankaracharya also visit Kashmir. And Buddhism was already well established. And what I see in Lala's works is she has a good, because ultimately all these three paths, they are talking the same ultimate reality. They're holding it from different ends. I think especially Kashmiri Shaivism and Advaita, they are monoistic, and they talk about the one ultimate reality, non-dual reality. So she is perfectly aligned with that, but she also aligns it with Buddhist Shunyavad version as well in her works. And maybe next time we can probably take some of those works for recitation as well, the one which have that Buddhist take on that, and you can see that is in perfect alignment as well. So it's very fascinating to see. She was, all these were prevalent, and she's found all of these in perfect alignment. So that's the beauty about Lalde.
Now that you're saying, actually, all these vaks, you can understand that in different ways. Now I'm looking at this dam dam man omkar par novum. मुझे लग रहा है ऐसा बोल रही है कि मतलब मैंने जबरदस्ती ओमकार के ऊपर फोकस किया ऐसे मतलब with all my might.
It's like, no, I don't think it's that. Dum dum is breathe in, breathe out. Dum dum. Every breath I dwelt on Omkar.
Every time.
I mean, that's my take. I mean, again.
It's
Dam. Dam
Gao.
Dam
Gao.
Dam Gao. So it's breathing. So
हर सांस में
Dam जैसा
सांस में ओमकार को मैंने कोगुलेट कर दिया अपने साथ. And that is where I think I was able to come to that Nirvikalp Samadhi stage.
Good. Very good.
I think as you're sort of describing it, I'm just thinking that, there are so many self-help books these days, like Ego is My Enemy and all those things. मैं एक और चीज देख रहा हूँ कि आजकल बहुत सारे discussions is going on mental resilience. There are anxieties in kids as well and all. What I'm sort of, getting the message to this Lall-vaakh, which is I think the point that Sonia was also trying to make, कि अगर आप इस चीज को समझते हो ना, you sort of become better version of yourselves. You sort of rise above these materialistic things. It helps you calm down, right?
Absolutely. If you see Bhagavad Gita, lot of scholars have used Bhagavad Gita how to excel in your daily life. So they pick nuggets from that and drive excellence at your work. Bhagavad Gita for managers, the message of Krishna to Lord Krishna to Arjuna, how we can adapt that into our daily day-to-day things. Absolutely, these can help and assist in our day-to-day life. So it is that correction that you need to do in your outlook.
Very profound. Yeah. I think now it's going to be quite ad hoc, so I can see Sharad and Reena together in one frame. So Sharad ji, I think we still have time.
Okay, no, I'll ask my mom to recite one. And Sarita Didi, we are hijacking one of your walk. So if
Yeah,
you
that's
don't
that, that, that's actually. Um, sorry, Shara, that would be great because this was tribute to my. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Sorry for that. This was tribute to my mom. I think your mom knew my mom. So this is a tribute to my mom. I never knew that she had such a recitation of these and by heart. And she recited all these works to me in her last days. And that is why I'm feeling, although I've come across these honestly first time, and when I'm going through it, if you look at Vak 1, where the last line is that Suchum Brahman Gargatsaha. This is what she was reciting. And me, being a common, layman, I was thinking, because she never went back to Kashmir. I never took it, what Lala means,
Surface level, yeah.
what she means. But mom, whole night she would say, "Garchu." So what I would say is, Mummy, it's okay. आप थोड़ा ठीक हो जाओ. We'll go. We'll take you there. I didn't know she already knew that she was going.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
knew she was leaving the world.
yeah.
Because the way she used to, and that these things would come at 3 o'clock morning. 3 o'clock morning, she would wake me up and tell me, it's now, get up, it's getting late. So then she would start reciting. So I was actually thinking of, because my mom was good with singing, so she would sing these lalwaks. So I was actually trying, मैंने सोचा था मैं थोड़ी सी justice करूँगी, I will sing, but unfortunately today, but if you can, please go ahead. That would be a tribute to my mother. This is what was my
I'll just
tribute
bring.
to her.
I'll just bring Vak 3
Yeah.
screen. आप बोलोगे?
माफ करना बुढ़ापा है प्लीज लाल दीदी वारिया वाक आपको बचपन से भी गाती थी अब मुझे थोड़ा सा आपके सामने बोलने का वो अवसर मिला प्लीज आयस वते गयस न वते समन्स वते लूसुम दो चंदस वुचुम हार न अते यत नाय तारस दिम बु क्या
ये
Get,
थोड़ा
get. Sing it.
Sing
Sing.
it. Ayasnavate, Gayasnavate, Samanvate, Lusumudo, Chandas Vuchum, Harnate, Yatanayataras, Dimbuenkia.
Nice.
You puzzle, Shuna? Ayasvate, Bhagwanu Swajanus as Namanish being, as Manush, Anna, insan Janu. बाकी कत्या क्रेचर एनिमल वो ये लेकिन माने ठीक वत आयस वत गयस न वत एज मानुष बीइंग ठीक कर्म करिम न आयस वत गयस न वत गयस वत आयस वत गयस न वत समन सत लूसुम दो टाइम वोतुम वन चंदस वुचुम हार न अत एज मानुष बीइंग चंदस वुचुम कि मे क्या कर्म कर्मित चंदस वुचुम हार न अत सोचुम कि मे क्या रत कर्म कर कहीं कोरुम यत नावि तारस दिम क्या वन छुम भगवानस निश गछुन तत हेयम सह हिसाब क्या छुम कोरमुत क्या छुम न कोरमुत यत नावि तारस दिम क्या यह पत लास्टस पे इंसानस पेवान यम विज अंत समय तम इंसान अंदर किन यी सोचान कि मे क्या कोर जन्मस मज शुभ काम कोरम कह कोरम गुनाह कर्म वारिया दुष्कर्म कर्म तिथे कन तम विज पत इंसानस यह कि मे कहीं रित कर्म कर्मित ये सह पृछम तत एज मनुष्य सोचमुक इंसान जन्म दितोम स क्या कोर यह पश्चाताप पत सोचान इंसान मे क्या कोर क्या न कोर यह पत ती चंदस वुचुम हार न अत यत नावि तारस दिम क्या बह कित कन हेक पे कि भगवान कित कन कर मे एक्सेप्ट यत नावि तारस दिम कि यह हकीकत छना पत जिंदगी मज लास्ट मज सोचान इंसान कि मैं क्या कर दुष्कर्म मा करिम केम मा करिम पाप मा करिम सु कित कन कर मे वह एक्सेप्ट तत एज मनुष्य सूझमुत इंसान जन्म दित तवे ये जन्मान तन हूँ आसान बुह कि युस जन यह मनुष्य जन्म यह प्रथ कह जन्मों खुद मनुष्य जन्म ठीक मगर अत मनुष्य जन्मस मज गसान रत कर्मन हुंद रत कर्म आसन रत कर्मन हुंद कह बाय आसन युस जन इंसान यम जन्म मज सारी पापों निश नेवान बस युत वाक याद लाल दीदी बचपन से भी हम पढ़ते थे लेकिन अब तो इतना भी आपको पता नहीं कैसा मैंने कैसा
थैंक यू
है
थैंक
इसका सार क्या है असली
बहुत बहुत बढ़िया आंटी वेरी नाइस
वार कर्म गई तो सारे हस वन वन वन इथे पे चलो गुड लक
आई थिंक मुझे बहुत ही अच्छा लगा जिस तरीके से इट वाज वेरी मेलोडियस राइमिंग लाइक
Yeah,
वेरी
that's right.
डिफिकल्ट टू टाइम दैट हम लोग जो पढ़ते हैं हम लोग पढ़ के बोलते हैं आई थिंक इट वाज
That's what I'm
अमेजिंग
saying. जो है ना राइमिंग में ज्यादा है इसमें bit more.
आयस वते गयस न वते समन वते लुसुम दो चंदस उचुम हार न थे यतना ये तारस वन क्या बदम भगवान गज वथावन सु गज वत कनाव सत्य वत गज पा ती लारन ये जन्मस मज बे लारन शुभ कर्म करें
अब मैं मार्क फॉर नेक्स्ट सेशंस आल्सो आई ट्राई टू
Please
गेट
do.
ready with few works.
Please. ये सन खुशकिस्मती के तो ये
या अडकोले पोस
ना बिल्कुल ना I mean this is
चलो ठीक
Recited.
थैंक यू
Shouldn't have encouraged us.
भगवान के नवार साइड में जलन ठीक बैठन पानी
I
बहुत
think
अच्छा
what
लग रहा
an amazing way to conclude, huh?
Mm.
This obviously this session has stirred something deep. I'm sure that if I'm feeling this, everyone else is feeling the same in this call. So next week फिर से मिलते हैं और we'll continue this journey, perhaps with new voices and even more deeper listening. Until then, take care of
Great.
yourselves.
Thank you. So I'll also request everyone and thanks Rahul, Urvashi, Sheetal for getting this all together. So I'm looking forward. Yes, heko be milit ash dhan haftan khatru thomut. So kushish karizev sari join karne be wak ash sari hechan. So chin kaach galat manan kaach theek manan ash ekis domis hechan. So please kam wak parzev. And please do join us and make it more meaningful for everyone, more experiential for everyone.
Absolutely. I think it's just that we stay connected to our roots. That's very important. And
Absolutely.
that makes us feel so good. Thank you.
Thanks, KPA team. Wonderful. Excellent.
Thank you. Thank you.
Too
very much.
good.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you.
thank you. Namaskar.